sometimes the geometry we have doesn't really line up where we want it. So let's say we have this piece here, and I want the bottom to be flush with the bottom here, and inside this face to be flush with this. I created the joint origin here to line up in the middle, but if I do a joint, I pick bottom edge of that face in there. Now the bottom edge is in. So if I erase that, I pick the bottom of the outside. Now they overlap because the origins aren't there. So I could create an origin. Say I want to make a joint origin. Put it here, and then slide it in a little bit. But I can't snap to this face here. And I could do the same thing. I could just do a joint origin from here, there to there, and slide it out a little bit. But I'm not guaranteed that that's going to stay the same if I change the thickness of this piece. If I do that, but I change that thickness, let's say 5, now it overlaps again. So it's not going to respect that relationship. So in that case, I can use my construction geometry to create a point where I want that to be. So I'm going to go ahead and use this and create. Eventually I want to get to a point. So the whole ways to get points is through 3 edges, through 3 planes. Actually looks pretty good because I already have a plane here where I want it, a plane here where I want it. I just plane down the middle, and that would give me the intersection. So I could do that, or I could create an axis and then do that, but do the 3 planes. So first, do a midplane between both sides, so I can center it up. Now I can do point through 3 planes in that center plane, that inside face, and that bottom face. And you can see the point is right there. There's my work point, expression point, whatever you want to call it, at that point. And if I change that thickness to 0.2, you can see that point moves over and stays aligned with that. So now I can go ahead and create my joint origin on that point. And it's not facing the correct direction, so I'm going to just reorient it and just pick on a face that's facing the direction I want it to go. Say OK. Now when I do my joint, I can just pick on joint origin. Turn off some of this construction stuff. Oh, you see, the joint origin was up here. So I want to make sure that I activate that when I do. So let me get out of all that and activate that component. That way it puts all that stuff inside of that component. So again, midplane, sides, and now I'll point at 3 planes. There, there, there. Now these constructions here, all this stuff is inside of this component. And now when I create joint origin, it's going to be within that component also. Now when I go back up, do my joint, now it's going to let me grab that, put it there. You want to make sure that when you're doing joint origins based on construction geometry, that you create the construction geometry within that component, and then also having that component activated while you make your joint origin kind of keeps it all in that bundle.